Lord, they're turning into flames. Now the whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks of the automobiles spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill.
Orson Welles shook the world with his 1938 radio broadcast, The War of the Worlds. People at the time didn't know this was fiction, and thus they believed the radio broadcast to be real, and they thought they were being invaded. Orson Welles' The War of the World was one of the first mockumentaries, but only in audio form. There were, of course, other instances before this, but this was the first widely known mockumentary. The mockumentary began to gain steam in the 1960s in TV and film with things like A Hard Day's Night following the Beatles, The Ruddles, which was a band formed by the Monty Python cast, and into the 70s with Real Life, which was a spoof on PBS's An American Family. These movies and TV shows started to normalize this style and gave a lead into the 80s, which took this style to new heights with The Atomic Cafe, Zelig, and This Is Spinal Tap.
Leonard, you're not a doctor.
I am a doctor.
Just relax.
No, I can't. I'm due back at town. I have this masturbation class. You know, if I'm not there, they start without me.
The 80s was where the mockumentary became a common genre and really was gaining popularity. But no show did it better than the one in the 2000s.
Has anyone seen Dwight? He's usually never late.
No, I have not.
I actually killed Dwight, so... It was funnier before.
Yeah, I helped Jim out. It was really fun. We faxed Dwight this FBI message that lured him to this big open field, and then we just shot him with an arrow.
The Office was one of the most popular shows following the end of Friends, and was a spin-off of the British version. The show actually struggled after the release of the first season, and was almost not given another season. But I don't need to tell you all that, because anyone aged 16 to 24 has seen this show at least once. Those who haven't seen it are seen as social outcasts, as everyone in this age range puts a quote from The Office on their social media to try and act weird for liking this one show that is the most popular show of my generation. Shows like Parks and Rec followed this same format after The Office started to lose traction in 2009, but the golden years of The Office are some of the best seasons of television. Around the same time of The Office, bands like Green Day were starting to gain serious listeners after their anti-war Bush music in the early 2000s.
Wake me up when September ends.
Well, it was as anti-war as some music would get at the time. This grunge punk rock music was starting to get incredibly popular thanks to Green Day and many other bands like Incubus and Pearl Jam. At the same time, one actor started garnering some attention thanks to Michael Bay for some reason. Shia LaBeouf has not been the most favorable person as of late, and the allegations and accusations are out there, and that is a whole other topic on its own. I don't want to delegitimize those people, I just don't want to take the time to cover this. So, yes, this is out there, and yes, Shia LaBeouf did have a long and large career in film. His movies such as Holes, Transformers, and Fury will forever be remembered for him, and thus tainted by the sad and disturbing reality we know today. But back in the 2000s, Shia was the name to get for movies. His role in Holes and Transformers and other small roles made Shia a name in Hollywood. Also at this time, penguins happened to be Hollywood's favorite animal to make movies about. I really have no clue why, but in the span of 2 years, you have Happy Feet, Madagascar, and March of the Penguins. I thought I would just include that as a cherry on top for you guys. When you combine all of these aspects together, you get the most 2000s movie of all time. Surf's Up is a 2007 animated mockumentary about surfing penguins, starring Shia LaBeouf with Green Day as one of the headlining musicians on the soundtrack. I mean, the opening scene starts with Cody being interviewed in Antarctica as he talks about Big Z and surfing as they are making a movie about Cody, and not 5 minutes in we get a montage of Cody surfing to Green Day's Holiday. This movie just oozes 2000s in every aspect and is unapologetic to a fault.
I mean, he's out there in the water all day. All day. You know, shirking his responsibilities. Yeah, shirking. You know, hatching these eggs is a big responsibility.
Surf's Up is about Cody, a penguin stuck in Shiverpool, Antarctica, who is scrutinized by everyone, including his family, for surfing. He's brought to Pengu Island, where Cody forces his way in and meets the greatest character of the entire movie, Chicken Joe.
That right now.
Whoa! You gotta try this blowhole thing, man. This whale dude is giving me a brain freeze.
My name's Cody Maverick, Shiverpool. You?
No, I'm not from Shiverpool.
It's Chicken Joe! Oh my
Chicken
God.
Joe!
Joe, the goddamn
He's a
surfing chicken! Motherfucking Joe, baby!
Joe, can you just tell us why you're out here looking for Cody?
You know, we've known each other way back since, like, yesterday, I think it was. We got a lot in common.
The only thing I remembered about this movie was it was about surfing penguins and Chicken Joe. My friend and I were playing Rocket League, and I yelled Sheboygan for some reason, and he responded, that's where Chicken Joe was from. And then we went on a 5-minute conversation about how the hell did he remember something that wasn't even said, but was text on a screen for 10 seconds on a movie neither of us had seen since 2007. Anyways, Chicken Joe and his crazy adventure to find and save Cody has to be the best part of this entire movie.
Thank you. See you guys there. I gotta get going.
So, back to the main story. Cody challenges the bully of the island to surf off, Tank Evans, and nearly dies, so Zooey Deschanel Penguin saves him and brings him back to Geek. Yes, Geek, not Zeke, the guy Cody idolizes. So Geek saves Cody, and Cody and Geek actually butt heads before they start to bond, as Cody realizes that Geek is actually Big Z, who everyone thought had died 10 years ago. Cody makes his own board with Zeke and gets him to teach Cody how to surf. Chicken Joe saves Cody, and they make the finals against Tank Evans. Chicken Joe wins, Cody and Tank almost die, and Big Z saves Cody's life. Cody and Lonnie fall in love, and this is basically Surf's Up. This is a very simple plot, and has been done many times. There's so many problems with this movie. They cut to these kids to interview them, but they don't matter.
I just have a palm tree board. I would have to say it's not the nicest board in the world, but it is a pretty good board.
Zeke being Geek and Cody not realizing is just dumb.
Lonnie, can you make some water sounds?
Oh my gosh, this is so gross.
Oh, no, you...
Tank kissing his trophies is weird.
Tank, how's it feel to lose after 9 times?
I wasn't kissing her.
The censored dick joke is gross.
Life. Get your feathers off it! Stop! I ain't got...
The Cody Lonnie love is forced and makes no sense.
Yeah, that's poop.
But do I care? No! I had so much fun with this movie. Chicken Joe was a masterpiece of a character and funny as hell.
I can help, though. It's not that there's blood. Just the thought of blood makes me... Oh.
Somebody help the chicken.
These useless kids were hilarious.
Lonnie, I like her when she teaches us because
Smudge, not another one.
I think he really has to go to the bathroom right now.
Tank Evans was incredibly funny.
You never want to get in there and, like, you know, help them out and show them how to surf and spend some time with the kids?
No, I don't want to do that. Anyway, this is my wave.
This movie finally makes me fully realize the Lindsay Ellis tag of my trash. This movie, by all accounts, is trash, but it's my trash. This shouldn't work. The soundtrack just doesn't fit tonally when they try to have emotional moments. The mockumentary style isn't needed. The comedy is grotesque and way too out there. But I don't care. The emotional moments made me laugh. Chicken Joe had me dying.
How's it going, man?
This entire movie is one massive joke, and I loved it. It was simple. It was stupid. It shouldn't have worked, and honestly, it didn't. What they tried to make didn't happen. But that's why I love it. What I will give this movie is that the animation is actually insanely good for 2007 with fake cameras. I have to reiterate that this movie is objectively a bad movie, but I will defend it till the day I die. If you do not laugh at every Chicken Joe moment, every single time he's with these native penguins that try to eat him, you don't understand comedy. The true artistry of this movie is it's unapologetically 2000s, and that's what is so funny about it.
This ain't it.
It's hard to take another try.
The soundtrack is awful, the story is overdone, the arcs don't fit, but I don't care. I honestly haven't had this much fun with a bad movie ever. Surf's Up will be a movie I will continually go back to because of how fun it was. Please go watch this to get at least one laugh at Chicken Joe and see how 2000s this movie is, because when my kids will want to know what the 2000s were like, I'll just show them Surf's Up and Chicken Joe's stupid ass again and again, because this is the greatest thing ever.
I was on TV!
Thank you guys for watching. I normally ask for your opinion on this movie in the comments, but any opinion that shits on this movie is just wrong and I won't accept anything otherwise. Any movie suggestions would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next one.